Hey, what's up everybody? Getting ready to kick off the 2023 riding season. I got the DR behind me. I'm going to start the season off with a simple mod and remove the rear fender and replace it with a just a simple license plate cover. So this was something that bothered me since I got the bike. This rear fender here is just big and bulky. I really don't like the way it looks. I think it could be a little more aesthetically pleasing. As far as I know, there's only 4 bolts here that hold this in and the wire that goes to the license plate light. And what we're going to do is remove this and we're going to replace it with something very simple. Just a small license plate cover. And we've got the license plate light here. And I'm just going to go ahead and get started with this. So I believe the nuts that we want are this one right here. Then there's 2 more up here. You got 1 here and 1 on the other side over here. It's the same over here. You got 1 over here. You got this one up here. And then there's 1 other on this side over here. So once you get the 4 bolts, it's just going to hang down there like this. And that's the old fender. Here's the top now. The new license plate holder is going to bolt right into these 2 in the back here. That's right below your tail light. And I'm just going to bolt that right in there. I'm going to cut the wire here on this. And that's going to be, I'm going to cut the wire here. And that's what we're going to plug our license plate light to make sure that it's legal. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started in a second. And there's the old fender. And there it is without anything on the back. Right here, this is going to mount right here like so, using the factory screws that we just took out, which are right down here on the floor. And we're just going to mount that right up here. Then with the plate cover, we just run the wires through here. We want the LEDs facing down towards the license plate. So the nuts and washers will secure this license plate light right to the back of the license plate holder. I'll go ahead and do that now. You want to be careful with these tiny nuts because they are super small, and I already lost it once. And all I'm going to do is just kind of hand snug it. I don't really have a wrench this small, but they seem to be going on pretty easy. I'm going to use these needle nose and just kind of crank them on there to get them nice and snug. I'll check these in a couple days, make sure they're holding. It seems like the needle nose is doing a good enough job though. Everything seems pretty solid. This does seem like plastic that it's connected to, so I don't want to crack that. So I'm just going to give it one more little snug here. And I think that should be good. Next, I'm just going to splice off some of this wire here. I'm using a razor blade, which isn't always the best idea, but that's what I had, so that's what I'm using. You've been warned. Alright, so this is how I've always done my my wire. I just heat it up and pull it off. Keeps it nice and clean. And then we got our exposed wire. And now I'm going to go ahead and mount the bracket, and then we'll finish the wiring. The bracket's going to mount right to these two holes here and here. And there it is, bolted up. Just the regular 10 millimeter nut. I use a 10 millimeter wrench. And here's what it looks like on the back. And now I'll go ahead and do the wires. So on this, the black is going to go to black. Get that in there real good. Black on black. And the yellow is going to go to the brown. And do the same thing there. Squish that down real good. And then I'm just going to run some electrical tape over them. Son of a pup. So another half-ass video. Here's the shrink wrap tubing that I forgot to put on. This basically goes down here, and then you just slide it up and then shrink wrap it with some heat. I forgot to put that on. I've already got these crimped, so I'm just going to use some black electrical tape to cover them. And if it turns into a problem, then I'll rewire it later. But I did test it ahead of time. The light is working fine, so I'm just going to wrap it this way, and we should be good. I had a kit for these electrical pieces. They had extra ones, and if I had my kit, I'd redo it right now, but I can't find the kit because we had a garage sale last summer, and I can't get in here. Then we'll even heat it up a little bit like this. We'll do our own shrink wrap. I should have took an image of the kit and everything that came with it. It also came with these twist ties, which if you see along here, there's some frame up here. We're going to just mount that right up to the frame. I don't know if you can see that, but here's the back of the fender, I guess the fender mount. And we're going to just tie that right up there. I'm going to fold it over a little bit like this. So we'll do it like that. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. Yeah, you can see that. Sheesh, you gotta be kidding me with this. It's just awkward. This is like one of those moments when I wish I had an extra set of hands. Let's see if we can fumble around with this a little bit more. So I just twist tied it right up to the frame mount there, and then I'm going to twist tie the rest over here to one more to the frame. And this is the finished product. You got to mount it up. All the wires hidden. And I'm done.